You know, most couples say that they want deeper intimacy, but they keep protecting themselves from the very thing that intimacy requires: being truly seen. You know, we want closeness, but we'll hide from it. We want understanding, but we'll perform for it. We want safety or security, but we'll stay guarded. We want our spouse, or we say we want our spouse to really know us, but we only show the parts of us that feel really acceptable to them at the time. And then we wonder why that relationship feels distant or apart. The truth is simple, but not easy. Intimacy cannot grow where vulnerability is not allowed. So why does vulnerability come first? Well, in the face-to-face approach, vulnerability is one of the first foundations, because without it, our communication will be really surface level or shallow. A couple will still talk. They may discuss plans, schedules, meals, kids, money, responsibilities, but the conversation never really reaches the heart. And if the heart is not involved, the relationship can function, but it will not feel deeply connected. Vulnerability means allowing your spouse to see what is the real in you. Not just what is polished, not just what is strong, not just what is easy to explain. It means having the courage to say, gosh, I felt hurt, or that made me feel afraid, or I feel rejected when you do that. Or I did not know how to ask for what I needed, or I shut down because I felt overwhelmed. I felt criticized because I was scared. I acted strong, but underneath I felt really alone. So why being seen feels dangerous? You know, that kind of honesty can feel risky, because when you're vulnerable, you are giving someone access to your heart. And for many people, of course, that feels dangerous. Maybe you grew up in a home where emotions were ignored. Maybe your honesty was punished, or maybe you learned that needing comfort made you feel weak, or maybe you were told that. Maybe you were rejected or abandoned when you shared too much. And maybe you've been hurt in marriage before. So now you protect yourself by staying controlled. But protection has a cost. The same wall that keeps pain out can also keep love from getting in. And that is why some couples feel really stuck. They're not lacking love, they're lacking access. They cannot reach each other because both hearts are defended. True vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the courage to stop hiding from the person you are called to become one with. It is the choice to say, I want to be known more than I want to just look fine on the outside. Vulnerability needs wisdom. It should not just be used as a weapon. It should not be used to manipulate. It should not be used to flood your spouse with every emotion without care for their thoughts or emotions. Healthy vulnerability is honest, humble, and very invitational, right? You want to lean into it. It says, I want to help you understand me. I want you to understand myself. I want us to move closer, not farther apart. Here's a simple difference between being guarded and vulnerable. Guarded communication says, you never listen to me. Vulnerable communication says, when I try to share and I do not feel heard, I feel alone and I do not know how to reach you. Guarded communication says, you do not care what I think. Vulnerable communication says, I'm afraid what matters to me does not matter to you. Guarded communication attacks behaviors. Vulnerable communication reveals the heart underneath of that. A shift can change the atmosphere of the entire conversation if you can move from one to the other. So here's your practice. in this section. Think of one repeated conflict in your marriage. Now ask yourself, what do I usually show on the outside? Is it anger, silence, sarcasm, control, withdrawal, defensiveness? And then ask, but what am I really feeling underneath? Am I feeling some fear, some shame, some loneliness, rejection, sadness, or maybe just inadequacy? Now finish this sentence with your spouse. When this happens, I usually show you blank, but underneath I feel blank. That one sentence can begin to soften the cycle because your spouse is not just hearing your reaction, they're beginning to see and feel your heart. Intimacy grows when two people stop performing and begin telling the truth with love. You do not need a perfect marriage to begin practicing vulnerability. You need a safe enough moment with that imperfect person you're married to. You need a softened heart and the courage to be seen. You know, our couples community is where we practice these conversations. We talk about them together. Enrollment is open now if you want to walk through this with guidance and support. Please subscribe to keep on going. We have faith in you. You can do this.